Very glad to be here. I had an interesting day. I'm staying at a hotel just like a block or two from here, and I went to leave to go get some breakfast. I was gonna get a late breakfast at McDonald's, and then Did you guys hear like a giant alarm that went on? You guys heard that?
Walking the streets of Oklahoma City. Is it a tornado warning?
Here's a tip, tell people from out of town. Just, make us feel welcome. Let us know. Because I didn't know what the hell that was. I stepped outside and just, I'm like, am I not allowed to leave the hotel? Is that what that was? Was I supposed to be quarantining? What's happening? And the best part is I was walking by a guy who was getting out of his car in the parking lot of my hotel. He's obviously not from here because he's staying at the hotel with me. And we just look at each other and he just goes, "What is that?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And I brought it up on the last show and they're like, "It's a tornado warning." And I'm like, "Yeah, warn people, all right?" I thought it was the start of the Civil War. I'm like, are we doing it now? Is it now? I almost grabbed a tree branch and snapped it. Just gonna stab a homeless guy in the neck. I'm like, we're warring everybody. Starts today. I didn't know what it was. And that scared me. I found out afterwards that it was a tornado warning, and it was just a test. And I'm like, that makes sense, because it was beautiful out today. But I also live in San Diego. I don't know tornadoes. Maybe that's what tornadoes come out of. Just nothing. Because I live in a land of earthquakes, and it doesn't care if it's sunny outside. So I'm like, maybe the tornadoes are the same situation. But yeah, it was a good way to start the day. It woke me up. Even before I got the coffee in me. I'm like, I'm awake now. All right. And then I walked over to McDonald's, this one right behind me, and they're not open. You can do a drive-through, but you can't go inside to order. And I'm like, who's making these rules? McDonald's is like, you can't come inside. I'm like, I'm performing at a super spreader event tonight. How is this legal? But McDonald's is like, we have morals. We can't. We draw the line here. And I told my girlfriend about it. I'm like, I can't get McDonald's because it's closed, but the drive-thru's open. She goes, go stand in the drive-thru. And I'm like, I can't do that. That's for 2 a.m. and drunk. That's what that is for. There's a time and a place for everything. And you can't just stand in a drive-thru at 11 a.m. wearing sweatpants, just Very glad to be here. This is a notch on the bucket list. I've always wanted to perform across the street from a Bass Pro Shop, so this is this is a big deal for me. That is so Oklahoma out there. I don't... right outside those doors, you guys are really pushing it. You're in Oklahoma now. It is... There's a Bass Pro Shop. There's a Sonic, corporate building. It's... You can't get a burger, but there's, paperwork there. There's Mickey Mantle Boulevard up there, the Flaming Lips Alley, Kings of Leon. I'm performing in a venue between, a weed store and an IHOP. It's a lot. There's Barry, Oklahoma. Be here. It's nice to do this. I live in San Diego, California, and this is highly illegal. This. What we're doing right now is the most illegal thing you could do in all of California. You'd be better off just shooting a bald eagle in the face in California. They'd be like, what's he doing? He's wearing a mask. It's all right. We're going to let it slide. But if we did this, they'd drag us out of here and cuff us. So crazy. I was in Arizona last weekend, and then this weekend, obviously, I'm here. And it's so funny growing up in San Diego, like if you wanted to do something illegal, you would go to Mexico, you know? And then now if you want to do something illegal, we go to Arizona. That's what we do. Arizona, Oklahoma, all the cities that wanted the wall, like that's where we go. And now I get it. You didn't want to compete. I get that. You're like, we want those Californians to come in here and spend their money. I'm like, all right, I'm on it, you know? Yeah, this last 12 months have been crazy. In San Diego, I've performed at parks, I've performed at the beach, and parking lots, all sorts of outdoor places. Even those are illegal now. And I just remember thinking, I was performing at the park, and I was like, man, if someone came up to me January 2020 and was like, I'm from the future, and I'm going to let you know that in about 6 months, you're going to be performing at the park. I would be like, why? What the hell happened? Like, did I get Me Too'd? What the hell happened? Why am I no longer allowed indoors? What happened? And then cut to 6 months later, someone's like, hey, I'm doing a show at the park. Would you like to? I'd love to. Please sign me up. I miss doing comedy. I've also done Zoom shows. I don't know if you guys know what that is. But yeah, like Zoom meetings, I'm doing this into my laptop. And it's as bad as you think it is. I'm just sitting on my couch doing this into my computer at people's faces while they're looking at their computer. And like, here's something you might not understand about comedy, but like, if I bomb at a venue, if it goes poorly, I just never go back to that venue, all right? Coming up, I bombed at many bars and restaurants in San Diego that I still won't step foot into because I remember, you know? I just drive by and snarl at the venue going, I will never go in there. But on a Zoom meeting, I will bomb at a place that I pay rent at. And then the next morning, I'm like, yep, that's where it happened. It all went downhill right there. My favorite couch. I did 3 company Christmas parties in December via Zoom, and they went as horribly as you'd imagine. I did this one, it was for a company, we did it at like 1 in the afternoon, and it was okay. There was one lady, she was I think a little older, she had her audio on, but she didn't realize it. She had her video off, so it just said Nancy, and by her voice I could tell she was probably a little older. And I remember I hit a joke, and like people laughed, so I heard the laughs coming in, and I was like, all right, that joke worked. And as soon as the laughter died down, Nancy's voice came in, she didn't know we could hear, and she's like, I don't know how much more of this I can take. I got to get to Costco. That's what. And everyone laughed way harder at that than my joke. And there I was, just in my living room going, damn it, Nancy. Like, you're stealing my thunder. It's been an interesting week, man. Not as interesting as last week. Last week was crazy. You guys watched that? 2 Wednesdays ago, the riot at the Capitol. I watched it before the riot started. I watched it because they were counting the electoral votes, and I was actually about to tweet how boring it was. In fact, I did. I was like, man, this is so boring. And then as soon as I hit send, it became not boring. It's like the universe was listening to my tweets, and they're like, Zoltan needs entertainment. Send him in! It was wild, man. Like, I don't know if your experience was like mine, but like, all the people I deleted off of Facebook showed up on my TV. And I was like, all of them. I was like, is that my uncle? I haven't talked to him in months. Why the hell is he dressed like a yak? What is going on? I gotta shoot him a message, see what he's up to. It was wild. I don't know what their plan was. I'm not sure they had one. I honestly don't think they thought they were going to make it in. That's the look they had on their face. They're like, we're going to raid the Capitol. They probably won't let us in. And then once they got in, they just had like a moment where they're like, well, what now? And then someone was like, selfies? Like, let's take selfies. And then it went from like a raid and an insurrection into, it just looked like a bunch of tourists at a Madame Tussauds wax museum. They were like putting MAGA hats on statues and taking pictures. I'm on Nancy Pelosi's desk. And I'm like, I've done this as a tourist. I've done this. It's wild, man. It's a crazy week. And then this week we have impeachment number 2, which, you know what, personally, what's embarrassing about that? This is the second time around, and I still don't get how impeachments work. Do you know how dumb that makes me feel? My girlfriend, she's from Canada, so she's like, so what happens now? And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, didn't this happen a year ago? And I'm like, yeah. You know what it felt like? It felt like being in high school and failing the first quiz, and then that question comes around in the finals again, and you're like, damn it, I'm about to get this wrong twice? I feel like an idiot. Should have paid attention in history class, but I did not. I also did this last week. I don't recommend you do it. But I went online because they have a thing online where you can type in your information and they will tell you where you are in line for the COVID vaccine. So all they ask you is your age and what you do for a living and what state you live in. So I typed in 33, California, comedian. And they let me know that out of the 40 million people that live in California, I am 33rd millionth in line. And I remember reading that going, just say no. Like, why'd you keep counting? Once you got to 30 millionth, like that wasn't enough. And he's like, no, he's more 33rd million. Like by the time I get the vaccine, it won't even be cool anymore. Like once I post the Instagram story of like me getting the shot, everyone's gonna be like, yeah, whatever. It's gonna be like me in skinny jeans all over again. Late to the party, you know? I'm kind of happy that I'm 33rd millionth in line. I don't like to be in the first wave, you know? Test it on 33 million people. If they don't grow a second head, all right, then I'll take it. I don't like to be the first, you know? But I went online after I saw that I was so late in line to get the vaccine, and I went on social media, and so many people were like, I'm never taking the vaccine. They can't make me. And I wanted to reach out and go, oh, dude, don't worry. They're not thinking about you at all. Like yelling you're not going to take the vaccine, that's like if people on third class on the Titanic were like, we're not getting in the lifeboats. Don't worry, there's none for you. Like, we are not thought about. One of the better, I think it's going to be one of the best clubs in the country. Like, the vibe here is great. But really what I wanted to show off is this green room. Like, there's so many clubs out there that don't have a green room, or their green room is a closet with like one burnt out light bulb in it. This is what it should look like. You got a TV, you got a refrigerator in there with all sorts of water and beer and all sorts of stuff. There's chips. And look at this. It's a coffee table made out of chocolates and snacks and sweets. It doesn't even cost that much. I mean, we're looking at, what, $100, $150 worth of stuff right here? Like the other club in this town, I'm not gonna name them, but there was no free food or drinks. It would give you an employee discount. It takes very little to feel very special.
Not even a good discount.
No, it wasn't. It was, what was it?
50%. 50%.
50% off.
I don't know why I hit 2 5s. This is not.
Yeah, I know.
50%.
But how much are their full price Bud Lights? Like $3?
Yeah, something like that.
So they would still have the gall to charge you $1.50.
I remember one time I was working with a comic, and the manager at the club, he had like one beer, and he made me call the headliner to tell him to come back up to pay his tab.
Oh my God. And this is at the club I'm talking about.
I mean, can I say the comic's name?
Yeah.
It was Andy Woodhull.
I love him.
I know, Andy Woodhull is great.
They called him up to come back to
Andy
papers.
Woodhull is the nicest human, one of the nicest human beings on the planet. And
See, this is what I'm talking about.
hey, will you come back and pay your tab, please?
How about I never come back to this club? And that's why this is amazing. It costs, and anytime I work those clubs where they don't give you free food or drink, I purposely don't eat or drink there. And they're like, don't you want something? I go, no. For the same reason that if you come to my house and I make you a sandwich, I give you a beer, I don't give you a tab. Like, I don't open a tab for you, I just give it to you. Hospitality.
I honestly expected nobody. There's a Packers game. There's a worldwide pandemic. I don't know if you follow the news. There's an election that looks like it's going to turn into a civil war tomorrow. And you guys still showed up. You guys are pretty much like the Titanic's sinking, and you guys stopped to watch the violin player. And you're like, well, let's hear him out, you know?
What's up, everybody? Just landed here in Appleton, Wisconsin, and just got in my rental car, and you know, normal stuff, just rubbing Purell on the steering wheel, and on the gear shift, just, yeah, everything's normal. Everything's perfectly fine. We don't have a president, or we do, but we don't know who the next one is, or if it's the same one. And, that was really erotic, the way I lubed up that gear shift. Anyway, I'm excited. I get to do live comedy in a comedy club, where in San Diego, that's highly illegal.
It's good. It's good to be here. You got a nice little photo of me? Was that looking good? All right. Just want to make sure I'm looking sleek in them, you know? I'm never ready for the photo. Anytime someone just quickly grabs it, I'm always just like something. And they're like, why didn't you retweet the thing I did? And I'm like, well, because I look like a foot in that photo.
There we are. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my hotel room. I am all dressed up for the cold weather because we're going outside. Look at this big, dumb, beautiful lake. Look at that. It is Midwest paradise right there. Go get a few steps in, so later we can pump ourselves full of cheese. Look at this beautiful lake. Something about water. It's very therapeutic, you know? It's there for you, no matter what you need. You need a drink of water, life's getting rough, you want to drown yourself, it's all there. I just walked by two people. They both smiled and said hello. That is so creepy. Don't talk to me. We don't know each other. You guys set me up for. They say that's the Midwest friendliness, which I think is genuine. But because I live in a real city, I feel like it isn't.
Man, this is fun. You guys are friendly. So many people smile in your state. It's creepy. Everyone's so friendly here. I went for a walk around that lake over there, and like people just not only hello and eye contact, but a raised hand. Hi, hi, hi there. That is so weird where I come from. Like the first person, I was like, oh, like it made me grab my cell phone. Like that's what it did. I was like, and I realized it's just nice. That's how it is here. I didn't realize it, but I picked a good place to come on the weekend that the Civil War might start. You know? You know, if there is a part of the country I could pick, I'm going to pick a place where people are like, hi! What's happening? Good morning. All right. Everyone's friendly.
Oh no, there's more people. Is there anyone behind me? Listen to those crows cawing. Even they're saying hello. Everything is so damn friendly here. It's so weird to do this by myself. Last time I did one of these videos, Emma was here, so I look like less of a lunatic filming myself. But when you're doing it by yourself, oh boy, do I feel self-conscious.
Good. Yeah, this is the first part of the day that I haven't been staring at a map of the United States, so this is nice. I feel like I could point out each state, just like by closing my eyes. Pennsylvania, Nevada. Never looked at a map that long before. It's crazy. I like elections, man. This is swing states, time to shine. You know, you guys got your moment in the sun. Earlier in the week it was Florida, which Florida is like America's stepdad, you know? Like, we'd never love them. We like treat them on a case-by-case situation. Like, we're never gonna accept them as part of the family, but if they do something good, we'll be like, you're all right. You're still not in the photo, but you're all right. That's how we treat Florida. Man, it was crazy. I watched all of it, and I don't know. They're still counting from Tuesday. I think this is what happens when you just keep telling people to go vote. Well, everyone voted. Should have hired more counters, apparently. You guys will remember that for 2024. A little hush-hush on everyone go out and vote, all right? Maybe keep it to one tweet. Maybe just one tweet. Instead of a giant campaign, because everyone went and voted, and they're like, this is too many votes. I don't know. We're supposed to do all these votes, man. I feel bad for the people counting them, because like, I was picturing like me in that, you know, and I suck at counting. And some of those places, like people were coming up to protest, like banging on the windows, like stop the count, that would mess me up. You know, they're probably making the count take longer. Like if I was in there counting, like, well, Biden, Trump, 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh? Oh, it's a lunatic? I lost the count. I gotta start over. It's gonna take all week. It's nice, man. It's good. I don't know what the outcome is gonna be. It seems like it's going one way. It seems like there's gonna be a lawsuit. I don't know. Maybe we'll come. I don't know. Someone's gonna try to sue themselves into the White House. I feel like if that was possible, Hillary would have done it in 2016, but I mean, give it a shot, sure.
You know what I did find at this park that I wasn't expecting to? Frisbee golf. I didn't know weed was legal in Wisconsin. Where are the dispensaries? They would not have these if weed was not legal. That is a game you only play stoned with friends or drunk, but it's better stoned. If you're drunk, it's gonna mess up your follow through. Stoned, bullseye every time.
It was good. I got up early this morning. Did anyone hear me on the radio this morning? On the Rick and Lamb show that I woke up very early to go do? I could have slept in a lot more. But they said it would really help ticket sales if you woke up very early. Even though you're going to stay up late, you're going to wake up early and say, nobody? Alright, just checking. I woke up early and made that hotel room coffee. You know? You ever stay in that creepy little machine that you can't buy anywhere? It's not even a name brand machine, it's just a piece of plastic. And they're like, you want a coffee but not put pants on? And you're like, yeah, I do. I gave that a go. I don't know what they sprinkle in that, but I was like, hell yeah! Half a cup, and I'm like, let's do this radio call. Because I had to call in, and I didn't even, they said, call this number, and if they don't pick up, call this another number. And they didn't pick up either one, so I called the first number again. That's how bad I wanted to. That's how much coffee was coursing through my veins. I'm like, Appleton's gonna hear me on the radio. This is gonna happen. I have things to say.
I made it to this wonderful part of the park right here. Great view of my hotel. Courtyard Marriott, baby. Silver Elite member. By the way, this isn't an advertisement. This isn't a paid ad, but if anyone knows Mr. and Mrs. Marriott, put in a good word. Big fan of their Mediterranean grain bowls in the lobby. It's a tasty nugget. It isn't, but when you're traveling, a lot of things that taste like trash taste good because you're just homesick.
So I'm gonna go up and do that. Last time I was here, I Googled what there is to do in Wisconsin, in Appleton. And one of the top 10 things that came up was go to the Harry Houdini Museum. And so I came out on Thursday night, the first night of the weekend I was here, and I'm like, hey, tomorrow I'm going to check out your Harry Houdini Museum. And there was a lady sitting right about there, and she got up and yelled, it's not what you think it is. Which is such a weird thing to yell. When you say, I'm going to go check out a museum tomorrow, and I'm like, I was like, what do you think that I think it is? What does that mean? Like, I know he's not going to be there. Like, is that why you were confused? 30 minutes into the Harry Houdini Museum, you're like, I think I've been ripped off. Where the hell is Harold? No, I went because I wanted to go to a museum. I enjoy museums. You know, I have fun in museums. You know, where you go to a museum, you look at stuff, you read stuff, and you go, huh. That's about it. That's about the most fun anyone's ever had at a museum. But I like that. It's a quaint Saturday for me. Walk around, look at stuff, read stuff. Huh. Maybe you're with somebody. I didn't know that. And so that's what I was going to do. So I went and went to the Harry Houdini Museum. Highly recommend going, by the way, if you haven't. You know, it's really good. The only part of the museum I didn't like is they gave his tricks away. They told you how he did his magic, which I thought was lame. You know, like, don't tell me that. Just lie to me. I'm okay with being lied to in that situation. I usually respect honesty, but in that situation, just lie to me. Just go, oh no, he was magic. Like, now it's fake, but back then it was real. He was a real magic man. I can fall asleep to that. I'd be like, yeah, he was just special. Back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, people were just special, and they could break out of locks and stuff. But they didn't. They told you how he busted out of locks, and they're like they said he was able to bust out all these locks, and like he had an extra key. And it's like, just lie to me, you know? Just tell me he's magic. And then they would say, yeah, he had like all these locks and these keys, and he would hide them all over his body. He'd hide them in his hair sometimes, and tape on his wrist. And then at the bottom it says sometimes he would hide keys in his rectum. And I was like, just lie to me, man. I could have gone without that. I didn't pay $12 to find out Houdini was hiding keys in his ass. I could have gone without that, man. And by the way, when I say keys, you might be thinking like modern day house key. No, it's like the early 1900s. These are keys, all right? Like giant keys. I was looking at them going, I wouldn't even know which end to start on. But it was cool to learn about Houdini. I found out that for his day, he was the biggest act in the world. He would perform in front of thousands of people every single night. He was like Beyonce of them, you know? Big deal. And then, you know, he had all these locks he had to bust out of. And then I had that information in my head, and I'm like, I just pictured this man going out on stage. He had to do all these escape acts out of locks. I'm sure he just walked out on stage just like... I was like, I wonder if there's ever a show where something spooked him. Maybe a stagehand dropped something heavy in the back he wasn't ready for, and he's just... Just sounds like a handful of change falls on the stage. People up in the balconies, and a bunch of keys just fall out of Houdini's ass. The magic is ruined forever.
What's your name?
Drew.
Drew, and it's your 24th birthday.
It is.
And you just had me sign your arm. I just did a show in front of, I'd say about 15 people, and someone asked me to sign their arm. Appleton.
Best show I've ever seen. Hands down.
I love it. I was up there the entire time going, oh my goodness. I have them, I'm losing them, I'm having them, I'm losing them. I ended up signing a kid's arm. Hell yeah. Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. This is what it's like at the end of a road trip. You're just at a empty, small regional airport at 4 in the morning, 5 in I don't know what time it is. I got here too early. I haven't traveled in a while. I forgot that like when you're flying out of a tiny airport, you just show up 5 minutes before your flight. This isn't Logan International or O'Hare or LAX. One time I showed up to a small airport so early it was locked. And my flight was in like 30 minutes. Like the janitor came by and unlocked the airport so I could go in. Anyway, what a weekend. We had it all. We had it all, and I just realized now that my upgrade to first class doesn't mean anything because I think I'm the only one on the flight. Still gonna take that big comfy seat though. Oh, to hell with it.
I like it. He doesn't like the military or the Mormons because he doesn't like groups of secrets. That's a good line. You guys should have laughed louder at that. You guys are a good group. I like this. I like the matching hats. Was that brought up earlier? That needs to be the first thing that needs to be addressed. And badges. Are you in a band? No. What? I would have been the first one to follow you on Spotify. If you guys are like, you're in a band, I'd be like, I'm in. Are you? Please tell me. You're not going to tell me? You're just going to sit there in uniform? All right. That's fine. Yeah, leave some mystery out there. Just so you know, I dig the look. I kind of want to do it. I kind of almost have that jacket. Just give me a badge and a hat, and we're in. They're also wearing badges. What do they say? U.S. Marshals? This is why I like living in this neighborhood. You know, like, if I go to other parts of the country, they're like, we don't like hipsters or whatever. I like people that are eclectic, all right? I don't want someone just wearing Eddie Bauer stuff all the time. I want to perform in front of two people with badges and hats up in the front, and they're kind of annoyed I'm bringing it up. They're annoyed, like, they're kind of looking at me like, yeah, we sat in the front. Yeah, we look like we might arrest people on PBS. But how dare you even bring that up? It's all right. Honestly, I'm into the look. I'm a fan. It's good. Did you have a good New Year's, you guys? It was all right. He had a good one. He's all right. I liked it. I had a good time. I was annoyed by a couple things. One, I'm annoyed by people who posted they had a sober New Year's. That's something you keep to yourself, all right? All right, like, what do you want out of that? What do you want out of that? To me, that's just as sad as someone posting they spent Valentine's Day by themselves. Both scenarios, you should drink, all right? What are you doing? Don't rub that in. Go have fun. The other thing I hated is I had a bunch of people on Facebook give their decade in review. Did anyone have that? Yeah, like, I don't, like, people just put a Yelp review on their last 10 years, and it was supposed to be uplifting, like, oh, in the beginning of the decade, it was blah, 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 but at the end of the decade, and I read every one, and I just went, I wouldn't read this at your eulogy, all right? This is depressing. Did anyone read one that ended that great? It was just like, well, in the beginning, I had a job I didn't really like. And then I was dating someone, they were awful. But now I got a job that's good. And the person I'm with, I have to say good things about because I'm with them. Like, I read it. It wasn't that accomplishing. Like, I would be depressed to write all this out. But people are so, you know... That's why I think a little bit of depression is healthy. Like, a lot of depression, go get some help, you know? And I support you and all that. But a little depression, I have, like, I feel the healthy amount of depression where it just keeps me humble and likable. Does that make sense? Like, you ever meet someone that's never been depressed in their entire life? And they're just like, every day's an opportunity! And you're like... I kind of want to drown you in a bucket. I'll be honest with you. If there was a bucket and I had the willpower, I'd hold you there until you stop struggling. I have, like, the right amount of depression. It's like, it's perfect. It just keeps me level, you know? Like, if I'm on a plane and there's, like, turbulence, I don't want it to go down. But if it does, I won't scream the loudest. Does that make sense? Like, I'll do, like, the but... I won't be the loudest, you know? So that's where that is now. You guys are good folk. Yeah, I didn't like New Year's, didn't like Christmas. Christmas is weird. Because I don't have any I'm in my 30s, I don't have any kids. It's not for me. That's why Christmas was just Wednesday. I hung out at my mother's house on a Wednesday. That's all that happened. Dude, if you don't have kids, that's what Christmas is for. It's for children, parents of children, and grandparents of children. If you're not one of those three things, stay home, all right? It's not for you. It's not. Celebrating Christmas in your 30s without kids, it's like going to a high school you used to go to watch the football game. Like, dude, unless you got a kid on that field, you need to get the hell out of here. Because everyone's taking mental notes on what to tell the sketch artists. So that's what's going on right now. You guys were wonderful. I've been Zoltan Kaszas. Thank you very much, everybody.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna go perform.
This is exactly how I wanted it. I'm like, I want mostly people on the sides, and I want a direct eye line into the kitchen of a Thai restaurant. So, I want to see smiling faces this way, that way, just some guy sauteing something. So, you're killing it, man. Got that good wrist movement. It's actually cool to see into the kitchen because, like, I've been to restaurants during all this, and I'm like, I bet you they're not wearing their masks, and then, you know, but they are. Because if I was a cook, I wouldn't. It's hot in there. I'm like, I'm supposed to wear it the whole time? You trust me to cook it, but not to not wear a mask? Come on, now. We're all risking it out here. Figure it out. I like that we're being flanked by dumpsters, too. They shut it down. Last night I made fun of it, so this night they put, like, sheets over them. And I'm like, yeah, that'll change the ambiance. Put some sheets over those dumpsters. All right, we're gonna liven up this alley a little bit. Come on back out. You don't have to be shy. Everyone has to go inside. That's so weird, because, like, I remember so many times, like, everyone has to go inside for the bathroom. So many times I've performed here where this was the bathroom. And then now everyone's like, I gotta run inside. People are leaving the alley to pee indoors. And they're like, this used to be the bathroom. COVID has changed everything. New normal. You run from the alley inside to do your tinkling. Yeah. I love the rules. Like, I like that this is legal, but this used to not be legal. What we're doing right now used to be highly illegal. Right now, if we did this like a month ago, like the SWAT team should show up. We'd be dragged out. They'd shoot us. They'd be like, we're just trying to protect you from the virus, so we're just going to kill you now. That's another thing that never happened indoors. Just a plane flying over. It's all brand new. But yeah, this was highly illegal. So we can't do the show inside because that's where the virus is. The virus is in there. Out here, just regular cold and flu. But in there, full-blown coronavirus. And I'm not trying to act like I know anything about it, because I also don't. And I have a bunch of friends that think the virus is a hoax, and I want to believe them, but none of them have any degrees. It's so hard to believe someone when they're like, virus is a hoax. I'm like, you don't have any paper in a frame. You know, and that, I'm not saying that means anything, but it helps me.
This is, we're inside the second comedy store. Also world famous?
This is, yeah, it's pretty world famous.
I think. We're going to call it that for the sake of this. Yeah.
Are you doing a documentary right now?
This is for the YouTube.
Just shooting B-roll.
Yeah, this is B-roll. I don't know what we're... There's not...
Would you like to sign off on it? That's what I want to know.
No, we're not going to... Yeah. There will be no money. It goes from Google to me.
Oh, dude, I need to get a real mask, man. These paper ones are getting out of control.
Yeah, you gotta get a nice clothing.
I know. The paper ones are like shredding, so it's just like a bunch of like fibers.
Yeah, everyone's mad at the governor because he kept changing the rules. He's like, this is legal, but this is illegal. Like, I remember when he opened the beach, but you couldn't stop. Remember that? Remember that weird month? And I'm one of those guys, like, when I hear news, I don't read the whole article. I just read the headline, and then I make a decision. They're like, the beach is open, and I'm like, hell yeah, let's go to the beach. So I showed up with, like, a whole towel and a whole setup, like I'm going to hang out at the beach. But then I got there, and all the lifeguards and police were like, you can't stop. You have to keep moving. So for, like, 30 minutes, I just looked like a jackass. I just looked like I was looking for the perfect spot. Like, I'm like, no, this ain't it. Further down. Get away from all these tourists, you know? A lot of people got mad at the governor because he kept changing the rules. But I'm used to that because I grew up with a single mom. And if you grew up with a single mom, you know that rules change on a daily basis. Sometimes TV is not allowed, but if she's really tired from work, you can watch as much as you want.
Dude, I got a flannel for Christmas, and I tried to put it on, but it's too long. What? Yeah, it's like XL, so it fits up here, like that, but then it's too long.
Josh, that was the guy on earlier. That's exactly who he is. He's a 40-year-old man. He's 40, but he's like, you know, he's 22. You heard him talk for a while.
It's honestly like knowing you and then seeing you on Twitter.
I get so angry, dude. And half of the stuff is like, one day I got in an argument, true story, over whether the kids should go back to school.
You don't even have
I
kids.
don't even have fucking kids. And I'm like, they should go back to school, like they're ruining like people's lives. And I'm just so angry. And then I literally was like, what am I doing? I don't even have kids. My nephews are 2, they're not even in school. What am I doing?
He's 22 in here. That's exactly who he is. I remember when he turned 38, 2 years ago, we were working in Boise, Idaho together, and we were sharing a comedy condo. And his birthday was the next day, and he was on an iPad, and he was photoshopping penises into a picture of his friend's mouth. And he had all these penises sprayed out, and he was like working on the size and the exact angle that he wanted them to go in. And without joking, he looks at me and goes, man, I can't believe I'm turning 38 tomorrow. And I'm like, and I started laughing like you did, and he goes, what's so funny? And I'm like, never mind, man, you're doing you. He's my fun friend. He's the friend that like I get to do stuff in my 30s that I was supposed to do in my 20s, you know? That same trip in Boise, we did Molly for the first time. I had never done it before. Because, I had never, thank you. That was really depressing. Wow. I was going to tell a story where I thought I sounded cool, and you guys were like, wow. All right. I'd never done Molly before, and he's like, I had a capsule in my pocket, and I'm like, of course you do, because you were just photoshopping penises in your friend's face. So why wouldn't you have Molly in your pocket? And so we split it. He like split it open, and he put the dust out on a cutting board, and I licked it, and I put it in, and then I don't know if it worked. The only way I can describe it, you know, like when you post a picture on Instagram and you mess with the filters and you put the contrast all the way up? That's what it felt like. It just felt like the contrast was all the way up. And I'm like, man. I just looked at him like, can you hug me? Can we do that? And he's like, I think it's time for you to go to bed. And then the next day we were super hungover. And I was trying to get him to eat. And he was like, I don't want to eat. He was like a 20-year-old hungover. Where I'm like, dude, food will help you get better. And he's like, I don't want to eat. And so all he did was chug coffee and Monster Energy drinks. And then we went and did our show that night. And in between the first show and the second show, he got a panic attack and called an ambulance and left to a hospital. And I'm having dinner between the two shows, and I just get a text and said, sorry, man, I messed up. And I'm like, what's wrong? He goes, I'm in an ambulance. And that's all the information he sent. Like, this man is 20 years old. Do you understand? Like, you need to send more information. I'm fine. I thought he got assaulted by locals. I didn't know what happened to him. And then, so we had to get someone else to cover his opening set, and then afterwards I had to, like, get to the hospital in Boise, which I don't know where that is. I had to figure that out. And I Ubered to go pick him up, and then there was a doctor, this, like, young, like, Indian doctor, and it was so funny to look at him telling my friend, like, hey, no more MDMA.
And he even wrote it in an official document, like, don't do Molly anymore. And then Josh goes, oh, okay. And then as soon as he leaves, he goes, I think it was the energy drinks. I don't think Molly would do that to me. That's the energy drinks.
Oh, I want to tell the Molly story.
Oh, so funny.
And I want to tell the Willie O'Ree story. The bobbleheads.
Oh, that story's fucking classic.
Yeah, I forget how it goes. Like, the only time I really told it was the next time I did Reds with you.
Yeah, and it killed.
Yeah.
Because the story was so funny, and it was because it was you and me.
Yeah, they know you.
And, well, the bottom line is you got these bobbleheads, and then I carried them and checked them at the strip club.
Yep, we both did.
And we went on Willie O'Ree Appreciation Night because they had Willie O'Ree bobbleheads. If you don't know who Willie O'Ree is, he is the first black hockey player, like in the pros. And he played here for the Gulls back in like the 70s. So they were doing a big appreciation night, and I'm like, I want these damn bobbleheads. So we went, and then Josh was like, dude, you can have my bobblehead. I'm like, hell yeah. And I got 2 Willie O'Ree bobbleheads. And it was $2 Bud Light night, and we took advantage of that. So we had all the bobbleheads, and we had all the Bud Lights. And then afterwards, he's like, oh, let's go to Pacers. Let's go to the strip club. There's enough Bud Lights in me that I will go to a strip club. 'Cause I'm not really a strip club guy. Like, it's not really for me. I just giggle. I giggle too much, and that's not the place to giggle. You know? Some like half-naked woman comes up and goes, how you doing, sweetheart? And you go, that's not the place for you, okay? I'm not a strip club guy, but you get enough $2 Bud Lights in me, I will go to Pacers with you after a Gulls game. And so we went, and we showed up with our bobbleheads, and the bouncer was like, you need to check those. Like, you can't just bring in bobbleheads, which I've never heard that rule before. Like, did you think we were going to try to tip with these? Like, is that, like I was going to just slide in a bobblehead? You're like, that's for you, young lady. Keep up the good work. You're doing wonderful. So we had to check them, like we were checking a coat. And he took the bobbleheads, and then we were there, and then Josh just disappeared, like, after an hour. He's one of those friends that gets too drunk and just leaves without ever telling me. So he just disappeared, and then after a while, I just realized I'm alone at a strip club. And that's not me, because now there's no one next to me, and I'm still just giggling, all right? So just over there going, I don't know, man. So then I go to leave, and I go up to the door guy, I'm like, hey man, I'm about to leave, you have my Willie O'Ree commemorative bobbleheads? And he goes, we no longer, I don't have any bobbleheads, they're not here. And I lose it. I am the nicest person in the world until you take away the only reason I left my house that night, which was to get these damn bobbleheads. And I started yelling at this bouncer, bigger than me. I started like reading Willie O'Ree's Wikipedia page at him. I was like, this guy played for the Bruins. He played in San Diego. He's the Jackie Robinson of hockey. And then one of our friends is one of the dancers. She came over, so we're both yelling at him. There's a naked woman and me yelling at a bouncer. And I'm like, Willie O'Ree's a national treasure, and you took the bobbleheads. And then finally I give up and I go to leave. And then as soon as I get in the Uber, I get a message from Josh. And he's drunk, and he goes, I left, man, and I took the bobbleheads with me. And so I was like, thank God. Like, he has the bobbleheads. And the next morning I text him, I'm like, thank God you have the bobbleheads. And he goes, buddy, I don't have any bobbleheads. I don't know what you're talking about. So then I had to play him his own message to him saying that you took them. And so he had to play private investigator and go through his debit charges to see where he went after the strip club. And he went to 2 bars and a pizza place. And he called each one. The first bar, he's like, hey, did I come in with bobbleheads? I'm like, yeah, but you left with them. And then the second place, yep, you left with them. And then the pizza place is like, yeah, you came in with bobbleheads and you left them. Come get them. And he shows up, and somehow throughout the night, not only did he pick up 2 bobbleheads, but he stole 2 more. So that's the kind of friend Josh is, all right? You can have a great night with him, and he will give you the 2 bobbleheads plus 2 more, but he'll make you nervous about it. I wanted to ask, by the way, who is from La Jolla? Clap it up if you live here. A couple people. All right, one person.
I like it because rarely do people from La Jolla actually come here. I think they just hire people to come to their mansions. And then the rest of us, we live in the outskirts. We sneak in. I parked my Honda Fit pretty far away from the club. I don't want people to know. You know? I like it. Every time I perform in La Jolla, I always feel like Annie after she got adopted. This is where Daddy Warbucks is. There was one person from La Jolla. There you are. Thank you for representing. There you go. Sorry for buying all that GameStop stock. Sorry. I read a thing on Reddit. I hate the 1%, but I also want to be in the 1%, so I bought this stock. I've never done comedy and been able to see my own breath. Are you getting a good shot of that over there? Is that what you're doing? Big fan. So much has changed in my lifetime. I'm 33, but like, you know, now someone said told you. Were you trying to, did you have a pool over there on my head? What was your guess? Was 33? What was your guess?
87.
87? Oh, my year, my birth year.
87. Good.
Yeah, they thought you meant 87 years old. That's why they went, oh. Yes, 1987.
Double wide.
Yeah. Double wide.
I'm the guy.
All right. Is that a trailer park thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I grew up in the trailer park.
Escondido, I was the guy who yelled double wide.
All right. Are you calling back a heckle from a previous show? I love it. That was the whole plan tonight. Like, dude, it's gonna come up. I'm gonna yell double wide. He's gonna remember. That's cool. Trailer park, baby. Sorry, La Jolla. We're talking about houses without foundations. I love it. My mom still lives in the trailer park, which is nice. She was trying to get me to buy a mobile home. She was like, I think it's time you own a home. And I'm like, but I don't have any money. And I live in California, so it means that I have even less. And she's like, well, you can buy these. And then she just sent me pictures of like mobile homes. I'm like, I'm not buying what? Who's buying a mobile home? Like, no. I want something with a foundation. Like, you know when you grow up in something and you're just scarred by it? Like, I want to live in something like nailed to the ground. Like something, nothing like in it, you know? I don't want a house where like the address can change if the wind blows. Like, I want something in it. And while she was trying to get me to live in a mobile home, I was living in a studio apartment. And she's like, wouldn't you rather own? And I go, no, I'm living in this apartment. And that apartment that I lived in was actually a garage. It was a refurbished garage. And she's like, don't you want a home? And I'm like, no, this is a home. And it has a foundation. That was so embarrassing. I rented that apartment thinking it was like a granny flat, you know? I lived there a whole month before I found out it was a garage. Because it had an entrance through the alley. So I would come through the alley and I'd park, and then there was some outdoor space and then my little space. And I thought it was a granny flat. And then I went on the road because I travel a lot doing comedy. And then after like a month I came by and I took the trash out and I took it to the front of my building. And I was just standing there going, why is there a garage door on my building? And then I sat back and I'm like, damn it. I live in a garage. You know how weird it is to be so proud of your place and then realize cars used to park there? Like, that hurt my heart. I was like, damn it. I remember laying down that night going, there's like a car right here. Where I'm sleeping right now. So that's all right, because I'm moving now. So it's all good. That's all right, I don't own it, so it's nothing to clap about. Paying some other guy's mortgage. Sorry, I love it. Every time you guys want to woo, I say something depressing. I'll ruin your good time with stories of my life. After the show, you're going to have to let me know what that was about. Because that is very, she's covering her face with her face mask. That's what it's made for. Man, I really want to know.
What happened?
You made her laugh, bro.
I did? Just by
She snorted, and then she hiccuped.
in my world, that's called a hat trick. And laugh, snort, hiccup. And everyone throws their hats to the front. That's exactly what I wanted. You guys have been so much fun.